like Attila the Hun. I came here to conquer. Lanes bring the beef, I tell them no donker. They wanna play games, I shock them like Blanca. They still rudimentary, I'm tough like Tonka. And let me get this off my chest. I'm hearing going nowhere, so haters take a rest. Ain't nothing handed, just working hard, sweating. You can take that to the bank. I know I did bet.
Welcome to episode 5 of Eye of the Storm. I, of course, am your host, Tempestt. Please be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new and like the content, be sure to leave a sub and hit the notification bell to know when the next video goes up. It really does help the channel out. Also, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, feel free to give those a look as well. I've also started a playlist for ease of access. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Today's episode is in light of a lot of things going on recently. So I want to talk about accountability and responsibility. Now, don't worry, this is still a gaming subject. However, I am hoping that in particular, this will prove as a principle for you to follow and apply to your everyday life as well. That's the beauty of principles. Unlike laws, they apply to different things and kind of force you to own up to your own flawed thinking. It's for all of us. But enough about that, I want to try and keep it positive. So let's go. Let's look at a typical example. You're in a match, it doesn't matter what game, and you're getting absolutely bodied. After the match, your mind is racing, and it comes time to say something. Do you own up to your own shortcomings and be cordial? Do you blame some sort of outside or unknown factor? Do you acknowledge things that have gone wrong and work to fix it? Or do you just rage and insult? Or do you be cordial and then rage? Usually these are the more typical reactions, with some exceptions obviously. The point is that what the result is, ultimately, it just comes down to you. You're responsible for your own response, and depending on what transpired as a whole, you need to be accountable for what you're going to ultimately face. Now, this is not me condemning anyone at this point either. I'm actually just here to show how the effects of what we do is seen and how it affects those around it. Now, nobody's saying you can't be salty. It's kind of a part of life. People get salty about different things and to varying degrees. It's how we handle the crushing blow of defeat, failure, or disappointment that matters. So let's just look into some reactions, as some are kind of similar and yield the same results. First off, being cordial is probably the best thing you could do, win or lose. Just say GG and move on, maybe fist bump, handshake, or whatever. It's the least threatening way to handle any situation, and nobody has to know your true feelings. However, what you do after that GG is kind of a big thing. Raging can make your opponent feel uncomfortable, or even others around you. So if you're going to rage, be careful how you do it. Complaining is going to have some sort of similar response as well. Granted, there may be, some legitimate reasons for your loss. Perhaps your peripheral actually did malfunction. Okay. Maybe someone just happened to bump into you. Maybe your input got eaten, or there actually was lag. Marvel. Anyway, whatever the reason, you might berate the other player, and it's not good. No matter how legitimate, it'll make you look bad, and you may even lose some respect. Naturally, the online situation we talked about before, lag, so on. Honestly, I'll leave that up to you. The salt factor varies for some people. We understand that offline does not equal online, and some companies, no names, just don't do well with netcode. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of negative things that can spawn from your reaction to things. However, fret not, because here comes the good. Understanding why you lost is actually important to growth. And it's not just some factor, but maybe they did do something you were totally unaware or prepared for. Could you not address that problem and become better by going into the lab or to friends or, a Discord, just to kind of find the solution to your problem? Perhaps if a person is being quote unquote random, could it possibly be that you maybe just gave them too much respect? And don't worry, I'm guilty of that one myself. One of the most responsible things you can do, however, is to just accept the loss and move forward. If you can get them next time and you want to let them know, it's cool to do that. It's friendly banter and it's not toxic. Kind of builds a little hype. Oh, and if you're on the other end of that and you're offended by somebody saying they're going to get you the next time, maybe rethink your mindset. Another thing you could do is actually discuss the match with your opponent. Granted, this is also if you have the mind to do it at the moment. Now, here's an important aspect on either end. Do not force someone to have a conversation or hug or anything of the sort if they're salty. Just give people the space that they need. Let them process the loss. They'll appreciate it. This also goes to your favorite player, especially if they lost. Be considerate. Just own up to just being a good person. Yes, sometimes people overreact to things and they have to live with their own accountability, but you have some accountability too if you kind of mess with somebody or try to run up for an autograph or something like that right after a loss. Be considerate, be responsible. In the end, it all boils down to this. Your actions, while you may have freedom to choose, are not, and I repeat, not free of consequences. You have a right to be salty. Heck, you have a right to rage if you want. You have a right to pop off or even talk a little trash. Just don't be surprised if the way you handle it isn't seen in the best light. Will you own up to it though? Will you accept the responsibility and accountability of your actions? This is more than just in game. This is in life as well. Don't be that guy. Also, sometimes it's just best to own up to any mistakes that you have, any errors that you may have made. And don't leave an excuse or a reason. Just own up to it and hold that L. How do you guys feel about it? I know it's a touchy subject, and given the time frame and format, I needed to be careful, but this needed to be said. However, we can continue this conversation on social media, in the comment section, or however you choose to contact me. Like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Yes, I'm open for discussion, and yes, I'm well aware of everything that's been going on. I want to send a positive message out there, however, despite the crazy things happening. Just remember to like and share with a friend, please, especially maybe one that might need it. Now, remember the 50 sub special is up, and I want to thank everybody again who got me there and beyond it. We'll be doing more things in the future, giveaways and other stuff, and I have things planned. But that's all for now. And until next time, take care of each other. But be safe, press buttons, and catch you on the flip side.
Go!